I've been both a leader and a cook at a few camps across the years. My first ever camp happened to be the last ever hill walking camp with the late John McLean. I was a leader at that camp, but my most abiding memory of that camp was the amazing Margaret Smith sticky toffee pudding. If you've had it, you know what I'm talking about. I've been a cook at a couple of camps, at Kincraig with Dane Jones leading, and there was other leaders, and we laughed till our sides split into the wee small hours, and then had to get up early in the morning to cook breakfast. And I think it was at that camp that I was amazed at the depth of questions that the children had, but it was also at that camp that I discovered, or in fairness, I rediscovered how vivid imaginations can be at 1 a.m. when you're actually supposed to be in bed. But I was a cook most memorably at the infamous Pukey camp of 2002 in Oswestry, and it wasn't our cooking. We had a 3-month-old baby at the time, and we were told to Machashaw by Public Health England, so we left quite quickly, and I hadn't been back to Oswestry until 2018, and then subsequently 2019, when I came back with Laura McGilvery and Andrew Martin as a leader to OJ2, #NoFilter. It was good to slay a few mental dragons coming back, but I found that there were a few others creeping up. I felt really old, and I felt a bit out of place at that camp. As I was the oldest leader, I felt a bit of an irrelevant old wee wifey, but I quickly realised that this was my problem, and nobody else was feeling the way that I felt. It's a kind of perception thing, isn't it? I was really surprised that I was feeling quite insecure, and it was taking me back to when you had those feelings in school that you didn't feel quite fit in. I think sometimes there's a perception that leaders have got it all sussed and they're coming to camp with all the answers, but leaders come to camp fragile and broken, because that's what we are as humans, and it's because of who we trust in and Christ that we're strong in Him, and we can be strong in Him. So helping out with the discussions, listening to the talks, was used by God as a means of reminding me of who I was and where I stood with Christ. God used the discussions to help me and to help the campers, because that's the kind of amazing God that we have. So it's been an absolute privilege to help as a leader. God has used my skills as a nurse and a mum to whether to clear up puke, you all know who you are, or to help discuss mental health issues. And indeed, it's been really refreshing to be able to talk about mental health in the light of God's promises to us, and with the hope that we have in our Saviour Jesus Christ. So to sum up, being a leader at a free church camp is a God-given privilege, but an absolute blast. Thanks.